So you, as you get to the tower, the knight offers to smash the lock open.
Please, we have dwarfs for that.
He shrugs and he walks back.
I smashed the lock. Actually, first I'd like to do an Arcana check.
Okay. On the door?
Or
just a general aura?
I want to just see if I feel anything arcane, and then
you don't have to roll for that.
Say it, Brad. Say it, Brad.
There's some bad juju.
Yeah.
All right, now I specifically want to check the door for magic, and then I also want to check for traps.
Okay, go for it.
So my Arcana check is a nat 20.
Okay.
And then my trap check, if we're doing that with investigation,
yes,
is a 9.
Okay. There do not seem to be any traps. This door is magical. It does not seem to be dangerous magical to you. It seems to be a targeted sort of magic. That makes sense. It is meant to prevent certain people from entering.
Okay.
Ink is talking all big and bad about how we're going to take this guy down, but you notice as we get closer to the tower, I get closer and closer to Crest.
Is it because he smells like fish or because...
Yes, he's hungry.
So would you like to try and smash this lock?
Yes, I would.
Roll for it. Not roll to hit, roll to do damage.
Roll for damage. That is 13.
13. All right, you actually do shatter this lock. It breaks at the sort of like the hinge part, obviously not the main part of the lock, and you can pull it off now.
I do so.
All right, you lift it off, and who would like to enter this tower?
I'll go first. I'm curious.
All right.
I'm right behind him. I may or may not be holding on to his like robish stuff.
I'm in chainmail, so
I'm holding on to his dreadlocks.
Yep.
I don't think I can reach your dreadlocks. How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay, I can reach your dreadlocks.
Yeah.
So the large circles are statues, and the front there's a door in front of you.
What does the statues look like?
Okay, so there are 5 statues of 5 different individuals. Again, similar to the knights, these aren't quite as elegant, but they are, and they look even older, but they're still very nice statues. The first one is of an archer. The one up, no, I'm going from the topmost down. The topmost one is of an archer, and he is pulling back an arrow. The arrow seems not well formed. It looks like it could have had some sort of magic to it. He has a large curved dagger at his side, and the only thing you can see of him are his eyes. And then he's got a large shoulder protector on the arm that's forward, and a smaller one on the one that's back. And he's wearing sort of just your regular hunter's leggings, but he's got like the cloth down the middle sort of thing, and a couple like potion vials on it. And he seems to be aiming a shot. The next one down is a knight. He's holding his sword like this. It's downward towards the ground, sort of the at-rest pose. And the helmet, though, he's wearing is not like one you've ever seen before. It covers his entirety of his face. There is no separate visor. And it comes to points at the bottom, almost giving it like a demonic eye appearance. And there are 3 horns on it, 2 at the front and then 1 straight up the back, almost like a crown. And his shoulders have large spikes rotating up. His sword is gorgeous, and it's very jagged. It like goes up, and then it sort of has multiple layers. And he has a long cape on. Yes, the next one down is what appears to be a rogue. He is the only thing you can see on him are his eyes either, but his seems to be more like swathed and then runs down into a cape in the back. And he has daggers down the side of his legs, and his pose is sort of almost like he's supposed to be up against a wall, but he's not. And he's like looking as if he's peeking around the corner. He's clothed in all leathers.
And this is definitely the original, the adventurers.
Oh, for sure.
Ones that the Titans beat.
The next one down is some sort of magic user. You're not entirely sure. There are definitely some magic user. They have a long cloak on, and they are pointing with one hand, and they're holding a staff with the other. The staff is long and has what looks like an eye carved into it, and a point at the top, and what look like little spider legs branching down from the eye. And they're just pointing. There is no face because the entirety is covered with a hood. The next one appears to be another magic user. They're holding their right arm up towards the sky, and the back one like this, almost like they're ready to launch something with this hand. They have long triangular shoulder pads that have feathers adorning them, and they have almost like a plague mask. It has kind of beak to it, and they also have no discernible features, and their hood appears tattered, torn, and they wear multiple belts across their midline, and the bottom half of them doesn't really seem to have defined legs. It almost turns into mist. Obviously, it's a stone statue, but it has that sort of appearance. You go up here, and there are 4 statues of individuals with a weapon in their hands there. And it is the first 4 that were described.
Are the 4 in the hall that I'm in all facing each other?
They're all facing inward towards the middle. Crest and Ink, there is another door in front of you as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
With my monk training, would I know if I can punch and break stone?
You probably could.
All right. I want to go to one of the statue with a discernible nose and see if I can punch it off. 8.
Okay. So as you hit it, you hear a and you go flying backwards.
Aw.
You sort of slam into the wall on the other side, and you take 1 point of damage.
Having witnessed that, I would like to go inspect those statues.
So you didn't hear it, you didn't see it, but you heard it.
You heard.
Okay.
And I say, whenever you enter the room, you hear Ink go, I just wanted to play Got Your Nose.
Are the other 2 of you going to go in there hearing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Leon, you go in here as well, and Malgrave, you're kind of hanging out right here.
That's a 22 for this Arcana check.
All 4 of these statues are magical.
Can I go from statue to statue, trying to kind of figure out what's going on, what kind of magic?
Sure.
Do you need me to give separate rolls, or?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to do separate rolls for
That's
them.
fine. That's an 8, a 12, a 20, and a 22.
Okay, so on the last 2, they both seem to have the same sort of magic. It's the one to the left and the one to the right of the door. The last 2 you check. They both seem to be like a triggering magic, like it's like an activation of some kind to activate some sort of spell or something.
Was that one of the ones that I punched?
Yeah, probably would have. Yes, it would have been, because it's one of them's the rogue.
Was I able to tell anything about the other 2?
If you had to guess, you would say it's probably also some sort of trigger magic.
Okay. So they all feel similar, though?
Yes, they all feel very similar.
Okay.
I want to see if I can move them.
Okay, what part of them would you like to move? Like, would you like to move the whole statue or parts of them?
Whole statue.
Okay, go for it. Give me a strength roll.
17.
You can kind of like get it to like shift, but these are extremely heavy statues. You feel like with another person, you could probably shift it.
Ink wants to go up to the next door, and I want to listen.
Okay, so you walk up to the next door and you listen, and you do not hear anything.
Okay, Ink opens the door.
You cannot.
Ink slumps on the door and goes, dang it, it's a puzzle room!
There is no handle.
Friend? No.
Only works once for you.
It only works once.
Do they look like they have movable parts?
Not on. None of you have inspected the statues other than arcanely, but
I will
just on
inspect the
appearance,
statue.
no.
All right. We'll use my dwarven stone cutting, and that's a damn good roll.
Okay.
Investigation is... Wait, don't we get like double proficiency on stone things, Will?
It's something like that.
It's history check related to origin of stonework.
Oh, okay. Then just the investigation is a 21.
Okay, and what about you, Mulgrave?
19.
Okay, Both of you find this at the same time. Varric, you are checking the archer, and you notice that the bow looks like it could shift up through the hands. And then Malgriff, you notice the staff also looks like it could do the same on the magic user.
I will attempt to shift the bow.
Okay.
Same with the staff.
Which one of you... All right, so we'll say because you rolled higher, Varric, you start first. You begin to shift it, and you hear... And as this noise starts, Malgriff, yours starts to move, and then it stops, and you can't lift it any further. It's like once that was triggered, you can't move this one. And you continue to shift the bow up, and you hear... And then there's kind of a moment of silence. You let go, and the bow stays upward. And Ink, you fall through the door as it opens.
Dang it!
You're always in the worst place at the worst time.
That is my character in a nutshell.
And you guys are into the tower.